It's Tim Albright with AVNation at the CTI National Sales Meeting with Cassie Berger from Shure. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming all the way from St. Louis to St. Louis.
All the whole 20 minutes.
This is awesome. So Cassie is from St. Louis, but she works for Shure. You guys are showing off a number of things. First is the 902, which you introduced at InfoComm this past year. I got to hear it about a week beforehand, and the reason I say I got to hear it is because it is both a microphone, an MXA microphone, and a speaker built in.
Yes.
And I am not an acoustician, but in my head that wouldn't work, and sure as heck it worked. So talk about the thinking behind that and what it solves.
And in my head, it doesn't work either.
Okay.
All right, just so we're clear.
And you're smarter than me on this.
I don't think so, but it has a 2.5-inch driver built into the microphone itself. So if you can envision that, it's actually the MXA920 same form factor is a 902 with the driver and the speaker built on the back of it. So it looks very similar. You're going to see this little box in the back. And it's truly designed for a 20 by 20 application. If you think 2.5 driver, you're thinking it's probably not a large room, and it's not designed for a large room. It's also not designed for multiple units in a room. So this is a one source solution for 20 by 20, maybe up to 30 by 30 application. Simplified. It's not a 920 comparable product. This is going to be a product that you would essentially replace a sound bar in one of those rooms.
That makes sense. Speaking of the 920, you guys are showing those off. The 920, of course, is the next iteration, the next generation of the MXA910.
Yes.
So talk about the advancements you guys have made.
Essentially, so when we introduced the 920 from the 910, we made it more simplified to deploy. When we introduced 910, it was one of those products where we didn't expect people to do voice lift, for example. We didn't expect it to be used in the environments that it was being used in quickly. The 920 takes all of those environmental considerations and puts them into play and automizes and optimizes the product itself, so you can essentially deploy it in a 30 by 30 space effortlessly instead of using implementation to do so. The 910, it's like, okay, I have to apply 8 hours of implementation, whereas a 920, it's pretty much ready to go in a 30 by 30 space, out of the box.
Lastly, Shure, just like a whole lot of other people, had some supply chain issues. Talk for a second about how those are coming along for your wireless line.
Yes, we certainly did. And we did a couple things in the last 2 years. We opened a second manufacturing facility in Mexico. Okay. So we're doubling, tripling that output of product. But maybe the biggest impact and thing that we did was we redesigned about 50 some odd SKUs of wireless. Wow. So we were relying on components that we can no longer source during supply chain, and in redesigning the wireless systems and redesigning the products in general, we were using components that we could actually source. So that alleviated the issue, and now I'm happy to report that most everything is in stock. Integration side, everything's in stock, and the longest lead time we have for any product is 3 months. Oh, well, okay. So it's great news.
Somebody wants to find out more about Shure, how do they do that?
Shure.com. Please visit our tech portal. If you go to our consumer site, you can go to our tech portal from there. Reach out to myself, Cassie Berger, on LinkedIn. You can email me at bergerc@shure.com. But feel free to reach out. And of course, you should have your local independent reps that can always assist.
All right, Cassie Berger from Shure. For us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv. It's avnation.tv. You'll find videos like this and a host of other things. All that and more at avnation.tv. It's avnation.tv.